Coverage coming your way is presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Thanks for joining us here today in La Quinta, California. Beautiful spot. We're at the Career Builder Challenge. Frank, what do we have out here today?
Par 72, every inch of this golf course is going to extract the best out of your game, because if you don't play your best, you will struggle. Anything in the 60s, something to be proud of.
Here we are at the first tee, ready to kick off the round. Frank?
Good tee shot straight out of the gate. You're going to need it on a hole that's close to 450 yards. Doesn't really matter if you cut it or draw it. Just be wary of that bunker that sits on the right side. Got the measurement out there, Rich. Looks like 290 yards. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. That one is just a little offline, and that will not end up in the fairway. You can see a little bit off balance on the tee, and that one is going to be in the rough. And it is not looking like a good lie. Getting set to play the second shot here at the first hole. That's an outstanding shot right there, and it sets up a really good-looking birdie. Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another. It's tough to take an extra club out of that lie, Rich, because it's always in the back of your mind. If you hit it properly, it's going to email the green.
Gave that one everything he had. I mean, really gouged it, and still, it was short. Well, this one is offline just a bit. Look out. That one is going to end up in the rough. Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one. Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
So the golf ball ends up in that first cut. It's a little bit less than 2 inches. You can see the golf ball. Should be able to get at it, but may not be able to control the spin. We'll see. Not in the fairway, but not too bad. Just in that first cut. Settles in over the putt. That's not how you picture it, Frank, when you step on that first tee.
No, you'd like to go back to that first tee right now and start again.
Ian Poulter with this birdie attempt. Good putt, and now 1 under par. So a tester from 4 feet. Still playing even for the day after the par. Must make this for a double bogey. You're running a little hot right now. Cool down just a little bit. To the second hole now, par 4, only 371 yards. Frank, what do players need to look out for off the tee?
It's really a layup hole here. No need to hit driver down there. The biggest bunker in the distance there is about 300 yards. You have to avoid that. Nothing wrong with hitting an iron or even a hybrid off this. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. And the tee shot ends up in the bunker. Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked.
Uh-oh, this one's going left, Frank. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Now Patrick Rodgers on the approach shot. That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. All right, Frank, what's the player looking at here on the second hole with the approach shot?
Well, Rich, notice the bunker that cuts into the green on the left side. It turns it into a crescent-shaped green. So really there's 3 distinct sections, the one in the back, the one in the middle, and the front. Just be very wary of where the flag is here.
Long putt here. This will require a good touch. Frank, he might like this one. He might like... Oh, yeah, he's going to love that one, Frank. Sensational effort.
Oh, just eat that up.
Poulter trying to get out of here with just one drop shot. Not too much and not too little. Perfectly played into the center of the cup. And getting ready for the putt. Just a tap in to finish the hole. Did the job right there. Moving to the third hole, it's a par 4 again. This one 471 yards. That's a heck of a poke right there. 310 yards and in the fairway. He moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Well, it looks as though they're going to need to use all their strength to sort of hack it out of that rough, missing it off the tee here. Slight miss, and he'll have to deal with some of the heavy grass. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster. Instead, actually a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Frank, this looks to be the kind of approach shot here at number 3 that a high-level professional would like to hit.
We don't see as many guys cut the ball as what we used to in the sort of Lee Trevino days. So really the modern-day player likes to hit the ball right to left, and this is a second shot that certainly suits that.
Poulter now, third shot. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Frank, that was a pretty good shot right there.
Yeah, he's done well to minimize the damage.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Didn't hit it in there tight, but still with a good chance.
Yeah, if that's his worst shot at the end of the day, then I still think he's played well.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. And so just getting started, even par so far. Patrick Rodgers has this for par. These putts keep the round together. That's a par. And that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. Just a little tap in here. So with that, 3 over par now for the round. Now to the fourth, 192 yards and a pretty tough hole location here today. Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up.
This ball never even looked like it was going down the fairway, hitting way right.
That one ends up in the rough.
Oh, that went sideways.
He'll need to be strong with this. Either misjudged the wind or simply just pulled the wrong club, Frank.
Gonna take some skill now.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Well, from in trouble, Rich, at least he's back in play.
On the fairway from the rough. Locked in on the read and the speed. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good parts.
Ian Poulter has this for birdie. In red figures at 1 under par. So a drop shot. Clean this up with a tap. This would be a good time to reverse the slide. 5 over par on the day. Frank, what'd you say at the top? Die on the left, die on the right. Is this what you were talking about?
Exactly, yeah. The fifth hole here, it's called double trouble. So yeah, there's chances for grief on both sides of this fairway. But, if you're long enough, if you can just sneak it past 335, that's where the water runs out. This is reachable.
So if you do sneak it out there, and that would be, that ball is lost in the water. So this will be the third shot after taking the drop with the ball going in the water. That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards.
Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit. Oh, this is heading in the wrong direction.
Uh-oh. Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
And from the fairway for his second shot here.
This has to go in the hazard.
He needs to get up or it's so toweled off, dried off, and ready to go.
Yeah, let's hope this swing he hasn't still got the floaties on.
So this is his fourth shot after the last one found the water.
It's not all over, but right now, too, he's staring down the barrel of a very bad hole.
So a longer putt coming up next, about 30 feet away. Fourth shot, wants to get this close. Frank, this one's headed way right.
And rough trees, all sorts of problems on that right side.
Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
Good-looking shot right here. Getting set now over the putt. How does that not go in?
Amazing. Stroke looked good, line looked good, just did not take that final break. It's tough to take an extra club out of that lie, Rich, because it's always in the back of your mind, if you hit it properly, it's going to ML the green.
Gave that one everything he had. I mean, really gouged it, and still, it was short. Patrick Rodgers for a double bogey. Take no pleasure in saying it, but it's a fact. It's a double bogey. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Drops it, and he's at even par. So a tester from 4 feet. So begins the climb back. What a hole this is. 255 yards, par 3, water everywhere you look. This is a real test.
It's called Amen, and whatever religion that you subscribe to, you better say a prayer before this one.
Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. Well, Frank, obviously way too much club there.
You got to think something like that, or at least misread the wind. This is never going to sit down. Errant tee shot here, Rich, but going to have to muscle this one out of the rough.
On the green, and a chance for birdie. Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green.
Well, just a little too much, Rich.
I don't know if it was wind at his back, he didn't calculate it, but he's going to be left with a difficult chip shot here. Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Continues to putt beautifully. Ian to exit with a par. He'll take par and move on. These putts keep the round together. So they'll tap in. So 2 over par for the round. Frank, if you want to play this game at the highest level, and no doubt our players do, you have to sort of be tactical. When you break down shots or break down a hole, how would you break down this hole in a very smart way.
Yeah, I know what you're getting at there. A lot of people would think 350 yards, you could bash a driver down there, you'd finish up in trouble. Well, the way to be aggressive on a strategic hole is to just put the first one in play in a position where you can attack with the second. And there's no shame in that. You can still walk off here more days than often than not with a 3. Hazard?
Maybe wet. Good news is, was able to retrieve the golf ball.
Yeah, on dry land, and can he carry it this time, though?
Third shot now, after the last one found the deep blue.
You can still minimize the damage here. It's only one bad shot that you got punished for. There is fairway out there. There is.
He can't find it, though. Frank, way offline all day long.
Yeah, this is a head scratcher, really. Seen him play before. Normally much better than this. This is abnormal.
Headed for the bunker? That one is in the bunker. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Might need some wings just to clear this hazard.
That water is looking rather intimidating.
This now the fourth shot after the last one was in the water.
Yeah, just somehow just get it on the green.
Want to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole. This for birdie. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Could it be? Well, what a sensational putt that was, Frank.
Unbelievable. Pace, line, everything to perfection.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. This is a bogey attempt for Poulter. Putt drops, now at 1 over par. That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and you keep things steady. Well, Frank, here at the par 5 8th, 559 yards. Looks as though the player's getting a break from the water, but there is some trouble out there.
Yeah, there certainly is bunkering both on the left and the right. Once again, though, par 5s are always an opportunity for the longer hitter. Even if you stray a little offline, then it just becomes a 3-shotter like it is for everybody else.
Not on the fairway here. This could be a tough shot coming up next. Frank, not overly long, but still a pretty good spot and in the fairway.
Yeah, that's in that 280 mark. That's fine.
Frank, for a long time, the stadium course at PGA West was thought to be too difficult for the professionals. How'd that happen?
It wasn't really unusual. A lot of peat dye courses, when they first came out, with the wooden bulkheads, so visually intimidating. It was such a departure from traditional golf design that players, they weren't very receptive to it. They thought it was too punishing, and yet now, we look some 20, 30 years later, peat dye is going to go down with the Mackenzies, the Donald Rosses, the C.B. McDonalds as one of the most innovative and one of the great architects that actually changed the direction that the game's gone.
Back in the late 1980s, the Tour Pros actually refused to go back to the stadium course. They signed a petition to get it removed as one of the host courses, a ban that effectively ran until 2015. But now the Career Builder Challenge will return to the rotation in 2016. That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Not what he wanted, but he's headed to the beach. And from the fairway for his second shot here. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. He'll need to be strong with this. How about that shot? From that lie to get it that close, tremendous effort. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Great professionals, Frank, they don't fear the greenside bunker shot, do they?
No, because you can be as aggressive or as conservative as you want. You actually have far more options. And you don't have to hit the ball first. Rich, with a lie like that in the rough, you're going to get too much grass between club face and ball. You're going to have to adjust for that and at least take a club or two more.
Poulter has a history of getting on runs. He can light it up with a putter. Here's a birdie putt. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Getting set now over the putt. Starting to climb back at +2. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Just a tap in to finish the hole. Did the job right there. Frank, the ninth hole at 452 yards with that water down the right is really a test of a player's driving ability, isn't it?
It is, and his ability to sort of take the shot on. Ideally, just something with a little bit of a fade, unless you can carry the ball 300 yards, then you can get it just past that bunker. But when you look at this hole, notice how that fairway just starts to open up. So peat dye will reward an aggressive tee shot, but also he'll punish it if it's wayward.
And that sets up well for a chance at the green here at the ninth. Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
player really needs to be dialed in here. This approach shot is not easy by any stretch here at the 9th.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
Now the difficult second shot here at the par 4 9. This won't hurt him, Frank.
Just a little left of the flag. That's fine.
Birdie attempt coming up for Ian. This is a good lie, 155 yards out. Appears to be what they call a commercial play, very solid. Might want to check the GPS on a putt this long. Ooh, so close. Be very happy with that one.
Yeah, lag putt, I mean, really, it's unrealistic to try and make those. So anytime you can two-putt from there is a good result.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. How does that not go in?
Amazing. Stroke looked good, line looked good, just did not take that final break.
These putts keep the round together. That's a par. Stays at +2. So a tester from 4 feet. Good roll. Solid. That's a par. This putt for par. One over for the day. Rich Lerner pleased to be alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. Back to PGA West, getting set for the back 9 and the 10th hole. It's a good-looking hole, Frank, at 416 yards.
It certainly gets your attention, just the visual there. This is one of those holes, if you've got a caddy, you say, oh, what's that carry over the bunker on that left side where the water is? He'll tell you it's like 240 yards, and then you say, well, what's it to the bunkers on the right? Well, to get past those ones on that right side, you're in the vicinity of 300 yards. This is a hole that you'll scratch your head.
Be a little disappointed with that because it lands in the rough and it appears to be fairly thick over there. And into the thicker stuff.
Let's see if he can bludgeon this one out. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
That one was struck solid, about 290. And Ian Poulter going for the green on his second shot.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Birdie try up next. So, sizing up the approach shot here at the par 4 10th. What's a player trying to work out right now with their caddy?
Distance club selection is always the situation here when you have something to carry and something to stay short of.
Frank, what's the best way to get at the golf ball when it's sitting down just a bit in the rough?
You have to accept the fact, first and foremost, that you're not going to get clean contact. So you have to decide whether the ball's going to come out short or it's going to fly. Because very rarely will it come out the normal distance of what you hit on the fairway. So if it's a little thin and wispy, chances are it might fly. If it's nestled down, you're going to have to take at least another club.
Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Locked in on the read and the speed. Wow, he needed that, Frank, in the worst way.
Interesting to see what's ahead from now, whether that was just a flash in the pan or the start of something good.
Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round. Rolls in the par putt, stays at +2. This for par. That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and you keep things steady. Well, we've arrived at our third par 5 of the day here at PGA West. It is the 11th. It is nicknamed, appropriately, Eternity. 617 yards. That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
Nice position, short grass, second shot. And he steps up to take this shot from the fairway. That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from that.
This one doesn't look good.
There's water over there.
Frank, sadly, I've been there too often. In the water, you get down on yourself. What's the right way to approach this mentally?
Well, you've almost got to take a step backwards, Rich. This can add up so quickly. So give yourself a little pat on the back, say it's fine. I mean, you're human. You're allowed to hit.
Frank, I hate to go negative, but let's clear a few things up. The penalties when you hit it in the water versus hitting it out of bounds.
Yeah, some people, that's a good question, Rich, because some people think they're almost the same, but When you hit it out of bounds, you're actually losing a stroke and a distance. For example, if I'm teeing off on a par 4 and I hit it out of bounds, I'm penalised a stroke for hitting out of bounds, and I'm hitting my third shot off the tee. When I hit it into a water hazard, I don't have to lose all of that distance. I can drop the ball up just short of the water hazard. So the distance penalty isn't the same as if it was out of bounds.
Still going, and going the wrong way. This is the 5th shot after that previous one went into the drink. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Frank, that is nothing more than a punch to the gut.
Oh, it's cruel, Rich. Good putt and deserves so much more. Another shot added, though.
I mean, takes the wind right out of your sails. Hard to be perfect in this game. That's a bogey. So they'll tap in. So 2 over par for the round. This would be a good time to reverse the slide. 5 over par on the day. Now the par 4 12th, only 363 yards, but Frank, it is intricate. There's a lot involved, isn't there, in playing a hole like this?
Yeah, I think this is where you have to work out, which clubs do you hit the best? Are you better with a 9-iron? Are you better with the wedge? Because that's the distance you want to hit it to. That's how you can be aggressive, even when you're laying up.
Good contact, good result.
That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, you know this game can just take the wind out of your sails. Tough sport.
Everybody would love to drive it down the middle of the fairway, knock it to 10 feet and make the putt. We know it's not always going to happen, but play to your strengths. You might be chipping well. You might knock the odd 30-footer in. You don't have to play perfectly to make a good score.
Way offline all day long.
Yeah, this is a head scratcher, really. I've seen him play before. Normally much better than this. This is abnormal, that's for sure.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Early part of this back 9 and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie. So yet another short iron shot into a par 4 here at the 12th. The second shot now to the par 4. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Wow, I can't believe he found the cup on that one.
Clean up on aisle 5. It's no snack, though.
"13 feet away." Well, that's how you keep a round going. Make putts just like that. And he makes it for par. Now at the par 3 13th, and Frank, in some ways, this is vintage Pete Dye, isn't it?
It is. His use of wooden bulkheads, plus the fact that he gives you that diminishing line. The further you go back into this green, you realize it's a larger carry. It just...
He went for the brief swim there, Frank. He's trying to stay dry now.
He is. Just trying to avoid water on the brain as well. This will take a good swing.
Third shot now, after the last one found the deep blue. Might need some wings just to clear this hazard.
That water is looking rather intimidating.
Now on to his third shot after the last one went into the water.
Hazard?
Maybe wet. Frank, not easy to keep your eye on the target when you've just splashed down.
Yeah, but on the flip side too, one bad shot doesn't have to lead to two.
So this will be the third shot after taking the drop with the ball going in the water. Not enough on that one.
Yeah, it just seemed to baby it.
Good news is, was able to retrieve the golf ball.
Yeah, on dry land, and can he carry it this time, though?
Has to regroup, playing his fifth shot after hitting it in the water.
Yeah, it's not all lost. Once again, check the yardage, check the wind, start again.
Well, double par here, time to pick up and move on. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Maybe the train went off the tracks here on this hole. This is for double bogey. So with that, 3 over par now for the round. Rodgers now for bogey. So he has that for bogey. I can't help but think that the double bogey back on the 13th hole seems to have knocked him off his game. He is not playing well. Frank, what's the best way to make 3 here at this 389-yard par 4 14th?
I'm not sure, really. I know there's 2 definitive options, hitting it down the left or carrying over the bunker. And I think that's another example of Pete Dye. There's one of those holes you never really know if you've made the right play until you finish the hole.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards.
Oh, I like that. Off the flight path again.
So that ball nestles down in the rough. Just got away a little bit on that tee ball. Ian Poulter going for the green on his second shot. Birdie attempt coming up for Ian. Frank, what's the key here? Second shot at 14.
Green sits up a little bit, well protected by those bunkers there. A nice high, soft landing shot.
Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance. That was cruel. It looked like it was certainly going in.
Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Settles in over the putt. Might be. Could be. And he has it, Frank.
I don't believe it.
Talk to any of the experts. They will tell you this is a guy to keep an eye on. Patrick Rodgers has this now for birdie. Could use this one. This is for par. In for par. Just a little tap in here. Frank, we hear the sports psychologists so often say, put the mistake behind you, live in the moment. Easier said than done.
It is, male, female, it doesn't, it certainly affects everybody that plays this game, and somehow you've got to, play, you've heard the old cliche, one shot at a time, but this is why it's so important, because if anything from the past creeps in, it really does affect on what you do after that.
Frank, not the longest hitter, but sometimes you win tournaments by putting it in a good spot, and that's where we are right here, 280 yards out.
Yeah, 280 down the middle of the fairway. That'll never get you in trouble.
Frank, this one's going too far left, it looks like.
Yeah, it was fine there for a little while, but if it keeps going left, it's doomed.
We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
That one ends up in the rough.
Oh, that went sideways.
Now the approach here at 15.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Birdie try up next. Not in the fairway, but not too bad, just in that first cut. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. And it is not looking like a good lie. And setting up here in the rough. Patrick Rodgers for par. Struggling a bit with the flat stick, and a drop shot here at the 15th hole. Good chunk of real estate here, 22 feet away. That may have been a bit too much to ask for there, that distance putt, Frank.
Yeah, it's fine to be greedy before you hit the putt, but after you've hit it, 2 from that distance is fine.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. No doubt about that one. That was struck with confidence. So after all that, it's a bogey. Our attempt here. Did the job right there. Here we go now, the final par 5 of the day, Frank.
Yeah, decision on how much you bite off here. If you play the ball to the right, then it's going to play its full 600 yards. But if you can take it in a direct line at that green, you're going to chew off a little bit of yardage. But you have to be able to carry that bunker.
And through the years, a lot of excitement here at this par 5 16th. Interesting, with the almost space-age advancements in golf equipment, what with new, lighter materials, and with the increased focus on fitness and strength, players are hitting the ball longer than ever. That has forced architects to lengthen the golf courses without sacrificing the integrity or the shot value of the original design. Headed for the bunker? Not quite what he wanted. Tee shot is in the bunker.
Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
Frank, just a slight miss off the tee. He's in the fairway bunker.
Yeah, just really got to pick the right club once again. Sometimes you take a little bit more club out of the fairway bunker, choke down.
His second shot. Out of the sand and back on the fairway.
Yeah, good shot. Just really utilized that little bit between the ears. Realized he couldn't reach the green and instead opted for fairway.
Set for his next shot from a good position in the fairway. That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there. Rich, do you think we should tell him this fairway out there?
Yeah, he's been in the rough all day long. Poulter now, third shot. Well, Frank, you hate to miss the green on a par 5 with your third shot.
Well, they say par 5s are the easiest holes to birdie, but the hardest holes to make 4. Making a 6, though, well, that certainly sets yourself backwards. So tough up and down. Well, it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Frank, in golf, as we know, there's short grass and there's long grass. We all want to be in that short grass, but it doesn't always work out that way. So what's the most important element from the shot, from the rough?
You have to be a little bit more conservative first and foremost, because you can't guarantee a perfect strike out of the long grass. So therefore you have to look around the greens, maybe short, to the right, to the left, and realize what's involved. And also just give yourself a slightly bigger target. Great shot out of the rough. He avoided all the troubles just to get that on the green.
That was not an easy shot. He'll settle. This is a cross-country special. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
This is a 9-footer. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Well, you almost lose count at this point. Safe to say, not under par. In fact, well over par. So they'll tap in. Blemish on the scorecard. A bogey. Putt for par. He needs one. Rolls in the par putt, stays at +2. Well, well, well. Here we are at the famous Alcatraz. This one doesn't look good.
There's water over there.
So toweled off, dried off, and ready to go.
Yeah, let's hope this swing he hasn't still got the floaties on.
Third shot now after the last one found the deep blue.
Yeah, you can still minimize the damage here. It's only one bad shot that you got punished for.
Hoping to get this up and down here, Frank, at the par 3 after missing the green.
Yeah, it's not all bad.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. This won't hurt him, Frank.
Just a little left of the flag. That's fine.
Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
You've got to be kidding me. That was right on the edge.
I tell you, he wants to do over there.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. This golf course playing tough today. They're at 7 over. Poulter trying to get out of here with just one drop shot.
Virtually no error in that putting stroke. Good putt.
He's made it. One great hole after another here at PGA West. The finishing hole, no exception. Frank, what can we expect here?
Great finishing hole. It's amazing. If you took the 3 bunkers we're first going to see down the right side, this would almost be a nothing hole. But because they're perfectly situated here, they really shrink up that driving area down the left side. And this is just a reward for a great swing, a great strike, a great shot.
That was just a beautiful drive. He hit it solid and right in the middle. Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Birdie attempt coming up for Ian. Second shot now for Patrick Rodgers.
Oh, this is heading in the wrong direction.
Uh-oh. He went for the brief swim there, Frank. He's trying to stay dry now.
He is. Just trying to avoid water on the brain as well. This will take a good swing.
So this is his fourth shot after the last one found the water. Good news is, was able to retrieve the golf ball.
Yeah, on dry land, and can he carry it this time, though?
Frank, this is his sixth shot here.
Well, this is the difference between the good players and the great players. Really, just that compounding of a mistake, one after the other.
One last good approach here to the 18th hole. Let's see what happens. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knocking him for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the cause.
Everything has gone wrong today. Just continues to be ugly. Just a couple of feet. That is a solid par putt right there. And he's putting for par now. Three over for the day. Frank, this had to be mentally draining for a player. So many decisions to make out there, so much trouble to avoid.
Well, I think, this is sort of a golf course that makes men out of boys. And remember the old saying, go west, young man? I think they were really saying, go to PGA West, young man.